Hello everybody, Calamity here, or at least that's what it says on my Genius Invocation TCG card. Today's video is going to be all about the Ballad of the Boundless Blue. This is a brand new 4-star Catalyst weapon that you can obtain for free during the Poetry Gala event that's currently going on right now during the time of recording. Before we dive into which characters this weapon could be good for, let's talk about what the weapon actually does. As I mentioned before, it is a Catalyst weapon with energy recharge as a substat. It has the Azure Skies weapon effect. Let's go over what that does real fast. When you hit an opponent with a normal or a charge attack, you will gain normal and charge attack increased damage by 8% and 6% respectively, with a maximum of 3 stacks. Now keep in mind this is only at Refinement 1. As the event unlocks over time, you'll be able to get it to Refinement 5 for free as well. So these two numbers will be a bit higher than what you see right now. I feel like this is a good stepping stone weapon for a lot of characters out there, and it's going to be a great weapon for newer players that don't have access to a lot of 4-star weapons quite yet. What I mean by stepping stone is that depending on which character you're giving this weapon to, I feel like you'll eventually find a 4-star upgrade and maybe even eventually a 5-star upgrade if you decide to pull for a 5-star catalyst in the future, or maybe another 5-star catalyst just happens to pop up in your standard pulls. And with that being said, let's dive into some of my character recommendations. So here's what the weapon looks like once you get it to level 90. You can see it has a base attack of 565 and an energy recharge substat is about 30.6%. It is still at Refinement 1 only because at the time of recording, the refinement materials are not available yet. Now, our first character recommendation is going to be Mona, which might come as a bit of a surprise to some people, maybe. Mona is primarily used as a freeze support or a burst support, so the idea of buffing your normal or charge attacks might seem wasted on Mona, but for those few people out there that do use Mona as an off-field DPS character, this weapon's honestly not a bad option. And for those that don't know, Mona's Ascension talent turns energy recharge into damage as well. So if we take a look at her talents, we can see Waterborne Destiny. She will gain a hydro damage bonus, which is based off 20% of her energy recharge rate. And not to curse your 50-50s or anything, as you can see mine's at C0, but specifically stuff like C2, where you have a 20% chance to do a charge attack, you'll be getting the benefits of both the normal attack increase as well as the charge damage increase. Alright, the next character that I have to recommend for this weapon is going to be Ningguang. Now I know this might seem a little weird because it's, some people are probably saying, hey, you probably want more offensive stats, why the energy recharge? And I'll agree with you, but this weapon does increase a charged attack damage, which Ningguang does with her Starjade charge attacks. And getting your energy recharge isn't such a bad thing off this weapon because it'll help with the burst uptime, which if you have Ningguang C6, then you know that sets your Starjades to max. So not actually a bad synergy with Ningguang here. Speaking of charge attack users, Yanfei is going to be another excellent user for this weapon. The energy recharge helps with obtaining her burst more often, especially for those using her for the shield. That means more shield uptime as well. The weapon's effect will help increase your normal and charge attack damage significantly here, which is also a pretty good weapon overall. Next up, I don't think this is going to be a surprise to anybody, but Neuvillette, our favorite Chief Justice, is going to be an excellent wielder for this weapon, simply, again, because of the charge damage increase, but also the energy recharge not being completely wasted on him. You do want him to have, I wouldn't say like he needs a ton of energy recharge investment, but just having a little bit here and there, and then you supplement him with some Favonius teammates or things like that, and he should have a pretty good burst up time. This is why I consider this weapon to be a stepping stone depending on the character, right? Like you can definitely get some better 4-star options for Neuvillette, and as well as some of the other characters I've already mentioned. Last but certainly not least, a character that has evaded my polls for 2 banners in a row now, Kokomi. If you are using Kokomi, as an on-field DPS, just similar to Mona, she does have quite fast normal attack damage and speed with her burst. You'll be able to improve her damage overall, and the energy recharge isn't bad either, so she can have better burst uptime. And with that being said, I believe that's going to be a wrap for my character recommendations for the brand new event weapon, which I keep forgetting the name of. It has a long name. The Ballad of the Boundless Blue. If there's a character that you think I forgot to mention, or you have a question regarding this weapon, or who else it could be used for, feel free to leave a comment down below. And don't forget to leave a like and or subscribe to the channel if you like this kind of content. I will be making more in the future, of course. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.